During both our Christian ethics and social justice class, we have practiced a different learning style that challenged the inefficiency of the modern classroom. We practiced project-based learning. At first, I was skeptical about doing this, as I've always thrived in a classroom where the teacher assigns homework with clear directions, where quizzes were based off specific material in the reading, and tests were memorize and forget. Thus, I felt disoriented and even lost when we started receiving assignments that required us to teach ourselves, and then our classmates. Researching what I was supposed to learn was a foreign concept to me, as the only comprehensive inquisition I had done prior was during a research paper. Learning about Catholic social teaching, ethical traditions established by Aristotle, Thomas Aquinas, St. Ignatius of Loyola, Immanuel Kant, and John Mill, as well as the cycle of poverty, opened my eyes to how we could take a better look at the world and solve these great injustices that plague our society. Once the breakout sessions began, I felt that project-based learning relied a lot more on holding ourselves more responsible and accountable, as there was a lot more work to be done and not much instruction on how to do it. Fair distribution of work and communication also became important while constructing our breakout session about war and peace. Normal classroom environments never involved this much cooperation between group members, so it was almost as if we were a team. So, for all the work that we did this semester through project-based learning, I have come to ask myself, how exactly is this better than the normal teaching? Well, for starters, I feel that project-based learning provides the opportunity for team members to have a better opportunity to comprehend otherwise boring information, as well as practice critical thinking in the real world about real problems. Furthermore, through answering difficult questions through rigorous and extended investigation of a specific topic, I feel myself more equipped for the college environment and curriculum, and even the workforce. Student critique of presentations also is very helpful to me, as it assisted me in gaining a greater understanding of what people looked for in a project. On the topic of PowerPoints, by the way, I completely believe that I am far better off presenting now that Mr. McLarty taught us the important requirements and omissions necessary to create an excellent PowerPoint. Those will definitely see more use as I become an adult and have to present information to coworkers or clientele. So, despite all the benefits of project-based learning, there are a few problems that I need to bring to light. First off, if one group member just refuses to do his work, and I mean in every possible definition of that phrase, then other group members have to carry the burden and do his work for him. Otherwise, the entire project kind of just declines and becomes of worse value. So I feel like that's more of a problem. Project-based learning would be better on a college environment where everyone's more mature and doesn't just blow off a project, but that's only the first problem. So next, project-based learning can either be too narrow or too broad, and there isn't much of a middle ground unless you're experienced in this kind of learning style. For example, when we were learning about Aquinas, Mill, Aristotle, and Kant, a lot of student presentations either focused their work on too narrow of a topic or they were too broad to help the audience learn about the fundamental teachings of their person. Lastly, PBL requires a mastery of public speaking and memorization, the latter being very difficult for a lot of people. Even if a student studied for several hours trying to memorize his or her script, the sheer nervousness of presenting in front of a large crowd of strangers could derail the whole project. In conclusion, based off all the work we have done the last 2 semesters with Catholic social teaching and poverty, I now feel that project-based learning has a lot more to offer to students than standardized learning does. It allows us to be more engaged in the work, as there is far less emphasis on grading. It helps facilitate the learning process. It builds skills like initiative, responsibility, critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity. All this helps prepare us high school students for a higher standard in college and eventually the workforce. Most of all, project-based learning helps develop better time management skills and communication between group members, allowing for real-life application that otherwise would be poor, like if we didn't learn this now, we'd be kind of in a worse position later in life because we don't have communication skills and such. Students learn how to also interact with adults and organizations, are exposed to workplaces and adult jobs, and can even develop career interests, like public speaking, for example. Without a doubt, project-based learning is a more efficient learning style as it prepares us students for life past high school. So that's it. Now, to you, Mr. McLarty, I just want to say good luck at your new job, although I doubt you need it. Third period has the utmost confidence that you'll do exceptional work at the new school you're teaching at, the Sisters of Mercy High School in SF, given your dedication to human dignity and Catholic values. So, as always, go Bells!